I'm Dale Castro, the very fortunate principal of Mililani Waina Elementary School. Our school is comprised of 730 students, grades pre-K to grade 5. I've been excited. I've been the principal now here for 9 years. It's been a great ride. I work with some wonderful teachers and staff members. I have great students because I have terrific parents. It's just been a joy to be here.
My name is Winston Sakurai. I'm currently the upper school principal at Hanalei Schools. This is a school, a private school, Christian school in central Oahu, and we've been around for 63 years. And one of the nice things about being here is that it's part of the community, building a faith-based education here. I used to be in the public school with the Board of Education for a decade, and I really enjoy just being around educators and learning and growing together, because Hawaii's future is at stake, and our nation and the world is at stake. And so every effort we can make to make our education system better, whether it's private or public schools, that's what I'm in for. I really feel that there's a need for great educators here in the state of Hawaii. I always look at a professional as someone who's continually growing in their field. So they're constantly learning, they're constantly trying to improve, and they're constantly looking out for others to help them improve as well. And I think as a person who's been in education for a long time, I'm very thankful when I see others learning and growing. It motivates me to be a high-level professional as well.
Definitely, it's important to be professional in any profession, definitely in education. I think what characterizes a professional teacher is someone that is compassionate, competent, and caring. You know, they're prepared, they have a passion for students, they have a passion for working with people, they have subject matter competence. So they understand lesson design, they understand the relationship with making lessons relevant for students and helping to translate and facilitate knowledge.
Sure. One of the things that we're looking for, especially in teachers, is that they're actually going out and developing their individual skills and talents. And so whether that's workshops, webinars, if they're actually training others as well, because there's a learning process that happens through that. And part of the thing is just contributing to the overall field of education.
Yeah, again, for me, it's about preparation. You know, being prepared, understanding, okay, if this is what students need to learn and be able to do, then how am I preparing? Am I looking at the demographics of my classroom, taking into account the different needs that exist for my students? Am I really aware of the content and subject matter? You know, how am I going to help to translate this and facilitate the learning where kids are engaged? You know, I want that, and then also to make sure that reflection is part of that process. So students are interacting with the knowledge. It's not just as a teacher we're giving you the information, but more about making sense of the information and applying that information in various ways. For me, I definitely want a teacher that understands the culture of our school, so that they've done some homework about what we are about. And that's very important to me, that I want people who apply at our school to say, hey, I want to be here, and this is why. You know, so they've done a little bit of homework. But I get it that some teachers may not have much experience. So for me, that prerequisite of having prior experiences is important, but I'm looking for someone that is willing to engage, willing to collaborate, has a zest for students, someone that is willing to participate, contribute, and be reflective and just amenable to new experiences, you know, and bring their own personality to the table.
I think the biggest thing that we're looking for is someone that really wants to be around young people and really wants to help them grow and develop. Beyond that, probably one of the things that we're looking for is character. It's just, are you a person that has a very sound character? Are you reliable? Are you dependable? Are you going to commit fully to developing your craft as an educator? And there's small things such as being on time, turning things in, especially for a young person coming out of college. I can remember back in the day where those were skills that I needed to develop in myself, just being that reliable person that someone can count on to be there every single day in the classroom for these children. I think the other things that we're looking for in educators as they're coming into the field is, do they know their content? Do they have a rich background that they can share with the students? And then the technical side of, do they understand how to develop lesson plans? Do they know how to convey and pace in the classroom? Just information that they can help share to spur that learning, that love of learning in students. I think our students really appreciate when there's someone that's enthusiastic, very passionate about their subject matter, and that just is showing up in the classroom every single day.
Having a portfolio is great. One of the things that I like to see in a portfolio, though, is I'll ask, of all the things that you have in here, highlight something that you feel that represents your work. So whether it be a specific lesson that was taught, and share the thinking behind, okay, why was this important? How did I participate in the planning and thinking process? How did I execute the lesson? What kinds of learnings occurred for both the students and for yourself? So I'm looking for the teacher to be able to not just explain what they did, but also the thinking of why they did it. And again, hopefully we'll be able to, through that process, see the implementation and the application of learning for both the student and the teacher.
I think they should show samples of their lesson plans. We actually gather a lot of data just from the lesson planning. What we're looking for is the objectives of the lesson, the methods and strategies that they're going to use, and the assessments that they're going to have for the students. So lesson plans actually, it seems like a small thing, but for us as a school, it's a really big thing, because if they plan things out well, the time in the classroom is very effective. Other things that they can include is maybe a video sample of their teaching. We do DVD recordings of all of our teachers here, but what I found is that you can actually learn a lot just by viewing yourself. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's hard to look at yourself on camera, but I know a lot of our teachers have benefited from just seeing what they look like in front of the students on camera. Beyond that, probably their resume. What we also want to include is maybe some of the books that they've read on education, and just maybe even not just a portfolio that's in a folder, but a digital portfolio. Just their experiences that they can share, which I know a lot of students have very good experiences that can be used in the classroom as well. One of the things about being a first-year teacher especially is that it's going to be fast and furious. There is an adjustment period, and don't be discouraged by coming in your first year. We kind of say when you come in, you see things in black and white your first year. And then maybe your second year, you see things in color. And by your third year, maybe 3D, you get that perspective. But it takes a while, and it takes a long time just to hone your craft. And at the beginning, it's going to be a lot of work and effort, but it will pay off in the end. And I think that's one of the neat things about being a teacher is the rewards might not always show up really quickly, but you're affecting children for a lifetime. And that's the benefit of being a teacher.
Well, we're always looking for teachers, I think it's the greatest profession out there. So I think I want passionate educators, people who believe that this is the calling for them, that they want to be teachers because that's what they chose to do, not because they couldn't do something else, So that comes with really a passion and caring for kids. or students if it's in some of our upper grade areas, secondary schools. But really, I'm looking for someone that is adaptive, someone that can persevere when there's challenges, because like any profession, our profession has challenges. Someone that's willing to be to prepare, to do the necessary legwork and homework and preparation. But I think a big, I guess, characteristic that I look for is someone that can collaborate with others. I think it's really important that teachers be able to work together, work with parents, work with students, work with the administrators. I think it's an innate ability, and it starts from the heart. So I'm looking for someone that's willing to collaborate, and being able to convey that in an interview is not always easy, because you have a short amount of time sometimes, but somehow, some way, letting your spirit come out, your heart, and your willingness to contribute and to learn.